Welcome to Sci-Fi Stories. If you love stories of courage and mystery, make sure to subscribe and join our growing community.
Midnight. The Vorex warlord had never known exhaustion. His species was engineered for conquest, their bodies built with layered muscle and reinforced bones capable of crushing steel. For centuries the Vorex Empire had expanded across the stars, conquering weaker civilizations without mercy. They believed themselves unstoppable predators of the galaxy. But on the burning sands of the small blue world called Earth, that belief slowly began to break. 025. Warlord Kraft stumbled across the cracked desert ground, his armored breathing mask struggling to filter the dust. His species had 4 lungs designed for extreme combat endurance, yet all of them burned with pain. For 2 full planetary rotations he had been running. Not from an army, not from a fleet, but from a single human soldier. 050. Behind him, far across the shimmering heat of the desert horizon, the human kept coming. Not sprinting. Not rushing. Just walking forward with steady determination. Step after step after step. 105. When the Vorex Empire first discovered humanity, they had laughed. Humans were smaller, physically weaker, and possessed none of the natural weapons common across the galaxy. No claws, no armor plating, no enhanced vision. The Vorex High Council declared Earth a trivial conquest. Their fleets descended upon the planet expecting surrender within days. 130. Instead, they found something they had never encountered before. Persistence. 140. Humans did not match the Vorex in strength. They did not match them in technology either. But they possessed something far more dangerous. When the invasion began, humans simply refused to stop fighting. When cities fell, resistance groups formed in the ruins. When armies were destroyed, new soldiers appeared from the civilian population. And when the Vorex believed they had eliminated a threat, that same threat returned again days later. 205. On the 3rd month of the war, the Vorex warlord Kraft personally led a strike force into the deserts of northern Earth to eliminate a human command center hidden among the mountains. The mission should have been easy. It turned into a nightmare. 225. The human forces never engaged directly. Instead they attacked supply lines, sabotaged vehicles, and vanished into the endless desert terrain. Every night explosions echoed across the dunes. Every morning another Vorex patrol failed to return. 245. And always, the same human soldier appeared. 3 o'clock. Kraft first saw him during a night raid. The human moved silently through the camp, disabling guards and destroying equipment before anyone realized he was there. When Kraft finally confronted him, the soldier simply retreated into the darkness. 3:15. From that moment forward, the hunt began. 325. The Vorex warlord chased the human across canyons, deserts, and ruined outposts. But no matter how fast he ran, the human always escaped. Not through speed, but through patience. 340. Days turned into weeks. Kraft's soldiers slowly disappeared one by one. Ambushes. Traps. Sudden attacks in the night. Eventually the warlord found himself completely alone. 4 o'clock. Now he crawled through the scorching desert, his armored body barely able to move. His enhanced heart pounded violently inside his chest. Behind him, the footsteps continued. For 15. Crunch. 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 For 25. The human soldier finally stopped a few meters away. His uniform was torn and covered in dust, but his breathing remained steady. In one hand he carried a simple rifle. He did not raise it. He simply waited. For 40. Kraft stared in confusion. "You could have killed me days ago," the warlord rasped through his failing translator. The human shrugged slightly. For 55. "We don't chase enemies to win the fight," he replied calmly. "We chase them to end the war." 510. Kraft tried to stand, but his legs collapsed beneath him. His powerful alien body, designed for violent battles, had finally reached its limit. The human stepped closer. Still walking. Still calm. Still patient. 5:30. For the first time in his life, the Vorex warlord understood something terrifying. Humans were not the fastest hunters. They were not the strongest either. 5:45. But humans possessed a hunting strategy older than civilization itself. Persistence. 6 o'clock. They simply kept coming, until their enemy could no longer continue. 6:10. Years later, when the Vorex Empire finally signed its surrender treaty, historians across the galaxy struggled to understand how such a physically weak species had defeated a galactic conqueror. 6:25. But the surviving Vorex soldiers already knew the answer. Humans didn't need to outrun their enemies. 6:35. They only needed to keep walking, until the enemy stopped moving.